The following podcast contains naughty language and ridiculous situations. Listener discretion is advised.
Sadly, on Wednesday, we lost a true icon of the horror community. Mr. Bert I. Gordon, the original Notorious B.I.G. himself, passed away at age 100, and he leaves behind a hell of a legacy of horror and science fiction, and a great mashup of both. His career spanned 60 years, and he put out great films, especially during the years of the 50s and the 60s. Attack of the Puppet People, The Cyclops, The Boy and the Pirates, The Tormented, The Magic Sword, Village of the Giants, Mad Bomber, Food of the Gods, the great Food of the Gods, and my personal favorite, War of the Colossal. Not War of the Colossal Beast, that's a sequel, but The Amazing Colossal Man is one of my personal favorites. And if you've never seen a human body being skewered by a 20-foot syringe, then you're in for a treat, my friend. Totally check it out. The Amazing Colossal Man. And this episode will go out to the legendary Bert I. Gordon. Rest in peace, my friend, and welcome to Trick or Treat Radio.
Welcome to episode 554 of Trick or Treat Radio. Trick or Treat Radio is the world's most dangerous podcast. It is recorded in front of an undead studio audience here at Castle Wolfenstein, also at the Lair of Lost Swag within the Raven Chateau, and Casa de Zero in the frozen tundra known as Maine. It is the three of us. What we need a name for the three of us. Would it be like the Terrible Trio, or I don't know, the come on, Rich, you got something. You got to have something. You always got something on deck.
With a Trick or Treat Triumvirate. All
right. Well, maybe that works.
I think it does.
So yes, it is us three, the three of us. And what?
I got an idea too.
Oh, you have an idea? What's your idea?
You completely skip over me for calling giving names to things. How dare you?
Okay, MZ, I call on you. Yes. I choose you. I choose you.
You choose.
Chicka choose you.
Three Spooges.
Oh God.
Really?
I think Ray Michelle's reaction says it all. Really? Spooges or splooges?
Spooges.
That's dumb. Spooges is so much better than that.
Yeah. That's dumb.
Yes. Splooges is better than Spooges, I guess, huh?
Oh, God.
Raven Shadow's right.
He's right?
Yeah.
Timestamp Raven Shadow.
I know. I'm some left of the Spooges.
We are here, the three Splooges.
It'll make those live shows more interesting.
Oh, God. Yeah, it's like fucking, we'll need,
Gallagher.
Yeah, Gallagher. I could think of his fucking name. Need splash fucking guards.
Yeah, bring your fucking tops. Trick or Treat Radio's coming to your town.
We can market Trick or Treat tarps.
See? Double T Industries.
Double T? What about triple T?
I'm bad with numbers. I know I fucked it up.
That's why I make the names and you don't.
Yeah, there you go. Well, there you go. MZ
No,
is he is good with numbers.
No, he's the math guy. I'm the naming guy,
What am I?
the producer.
Thanks. Oh man. So on the show this evening, we'll be talking about the film Huesera, the Bone Woman. You know, it's funny. There's always kind of a loose tie-in, whether it's intended or not, between my two podcasts, between the Force Insensitive and this show, because last night we kept playing a clip over and over from Brooklyn Nine-Nine, Captain Holt. Where Rosa tells him he's all stressed out, and like Rosa tells him he needs to go bone his husband, and he's like, bone. He's like so offended, and so we kept playing that over and over. But here's the clip, just because I fucking pulled it last night because everyone kept saying it. Bone. So we have the Bone Woman, and we have the Bone sound clip now. So. So we're going to talk about Huesera, the Bone Woman, and this is from director Michelle Garza Cervera. And I can't recall if this is a first-time feature. I'm going to double-check on that in a moment. And let's see. It is. She's done shorts, and she did a segment of an anthology called Mexico Barbaro 2. So, and I think that included, I don't know if that was one of her shorts or if that was separate for that. But yeah, so this is her first feature. And so we'll be talking about that on the film. It is currently available on VOD. I believe it will get a Shudder release eventually, so if if you guys are curious and you want to hold out, you can hold out for Shudder, and it'll probably be popping up on there in the coming weeks and months. All right, so now we got that out of the way. If you guys have seen Huesera, I know it got a lot of praise at some festivals, or if you checked it out on VOD and you want to get your thoughts in, you can send them to podcast@trickortreatradio.com. And let us know. We'd love to hear a voice message, a email. Want to hear your voices, right, Raven Shadow? Like hearing everyone's voice.
I love it.
Yeah, it makes Raven Shadow happy. And
It does.
Yeah, I mean, you want to make Raven Shadow happy because you won't like him when he's angry.
It's bad when I lose my smile, Wolfie. You know that.
It is. It's really bad. You're gonna kick someone through a barbershop window if if you don't.
I do bad things when I lose my smile. Like it's bad over here. It's not good.
4 pounds of muscle and turned green.
Raven Shadow. I don't want to focus on this too long, but I know in the past you've watched the last several AEW pay-per-views. Did you happen to watch the one this past weekend?
No, I didn't. I didn't know there was one.
Oh, well, look at you. You missed it, huh? Wow.
Thomas Smythe didn't hook a brother up. What the fuck?
Wow. What a motherfucker. That dirty motherfucker.
Third of you are the rudest.
I'd go over to his house and set his car on fire if I were.
Wow.
Wow. Well, let's slow it down. It's a little bit aggressive. Yeah.
Well, it's actually funny you say that because I saw some people saying that this was the least hyped pay-per-view that they've done, and maybe that is the case. Maybe just because you didn't watch it and Tom Smythe didn't, hip you to it. Maybe that is the case, but it ended up being what people are saying, like an incredibly good pay-per-view. So it was good. It had MJF in an Iron Man match versus the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson.
Really? Now, was that his final match, or is he gearing up to that? Is that true that he's gonna probably retire soon?
I mean, I don't think so, but promo he cut last night said he wanted to go home, so he's going to go home. But who knows? I'm sure it's a story. You know, good old wrestling. But I don't want to spend too much time on it. But Hangman Adam Page and Jon Moxley had probably one of the like most vicious matches I've seen in AEW. Just think about this: Moxley put Hangman in a triangle choke and then pulled out a fork and just stabbed his fucking forehead over and over while he was in a triangle choke. It was pretty horrifying. There was another really violent match. I forget which one. There was a couple, but it was good. So if folks haven't seen it, you can catch a replay. It's real good.
Damn.
MZ, you don't watch wrestling these days, right?
Not really. No. But I've heard about the AEW shows, and they're pretty much a joke.
What?
What do you mean they're pretty much a joke?
AEW, they're a joke.
What makes you say that?
I've seen a couple of their shows. I won't say I haven't watched it, but I watched a couple of their shows, and they're just they're reckless. There's no safety involved in anything
not true at all.
That is absolutely.
That's the popular opinion of like WWE marks. They post GIFs over and over and over of like the same shit of people getting like hurt or careless when you could just look on WWE and see the same or worse.
I would agree with that. I think WWE is just as bad, and maybe worse. I don't know if I would put one over the other, but I would absolutely agree that WWE is right on par with AEW as far as the safety of their talent is concerned.
So what are you comparing it to then? If you say that it's awfully like,
because everyone is so into trying to up the previous generation of performers, of wrestlers, that they got to take these monumental bumps, these high risk maneuvers, these flippity dippity do acrobatic bullshit moves. Guys like Will Ospreay can kiss my fucking ass. And
wow. He had one of the best matches of the year.
Yeah, that's cute.
With Kenny Omega.
Oh, Jesus. And they always got to try and up, like I said, they were always trying to up the previous generation of wrestlers. And therefore, you can't put somebody, say, in a figure four leg lock or anything like that would previously knock down, force a wrestler to tap out or to lose or whatever. So they got to think even higher and higher and higher. And the only reason why they're doing that is because the promoters are always trying to say, well, this generation is better than the generation before that, which is better than the generation before that, and so on and so on and so on. So it's just a matter of time before people are going to have to start doing swanton bombs off the top of buildings just to lose a match, or to win a match rather. It's gotten to the point where it's ridiculous. It's just asininely ridiculous.
Spoken like a true person who doesn't watch wrestling these days.
I just don't know how anything.
It's just not true. Like that's like people posting GIFs. That's the narrative of people posting GIFs on like online and being like, this is this isn't wrestling. Back in the day, Ric Flair would throw on a figure four, and that was my wrestling, and I liked it. Mm.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that was what would force a wrestler to lose a match. Now it isn't even that.
It still does.
Who loses in a figure? Oh, well, I mean, outside of maybe Charlotte Flair.
Well, she is a figure eight, but still, like
figure eight, which is basically what is it? A figure four with like an arched, bridge sort of thing.
With a bridge, yeah. It's actually kind of lame. I'd rather see a figure four, but I mean, it doesn't happen often. But
yeah,
I've seen matches end with figure fours these days, especially if they work the leg. But I don't know. I mean, we're going to
it's
be on
just-
opposite ends of the spectrum here because I love wrestling. I love New Japan. I love AEW. I love a lot of the indies. I love what they're doing. So
Yeah, I'm surprised. I think you really would like AEW, but like
Yeah.
I don't think, and I'm not watching every single week, but like from when I do watch it, I don't see anything like the table ladders and chairs from the Hardys and the Dudleys and Edge and Christian. Like I haven't seen anyone getting speared off a fucking double ladder in a while.
well, I mean, maybe not a double ladder, but there was there's some stuff. Like one of the biggest spots was let's see, it was a couple years ago because Cody was still in AEW, but it was Cody and Sammy Guevara, and Sammy, I think, gave him a cutter off a ladder. Like they each were on different ladders, and he gave him a cutter off of the ladders, and it was pretty brutal.
I did see that, and Sammy is kind of like the smoking tie of AEW.
Oh yes, yeah. So
No, one of the best moves that I saw just recently was I what was it? I forget which pay-per-view it was. It was Logan Paul and damn it, what's his
Ricochet?
Ricochet.
I know what spot you're talking about.
Yeah,
They-
that
They were,
spot was
they were on opposite ends of the ring, and then they did a springboard, not a plancha, but a cross body, and they collided midair.
and they were high up in the air too. They were like what, maybe 15 feet in the air when they did that.
Oh, I don't know about that. Well,
I mean,
off the
high
ring, off the ring, or off the ground?
did they do it off of ladders?
No, they just springboarded off the top rope.
I thought they did it off of ladders.
Nope.
Okay.
Yeah, it was cool looking. Definitely. I mean, it was in the Royal Rumble. It didn't really do anything,
Oh.
It just but that's a spot that actually was done about 15 years ago in an indie match. With what's his name? Caprice Coleman, who does Ring of Honor commentary now. He did it. But still, regardless, so yeah, I mean that was impressive looking. It definitely was a GIF worthy, spot that had a lot of people talking. But it's just flash. It didn't have anything to do with the match. They just collided in midair, and that was it.
Cool bump. It was a cool bump.
Yeah, it looked good. It looked impressive.
And Logan Paul looks great. He looks better than like 80% of the talent that's in wrestling right now.
I will say, for the little he's wrestled, he picked it up very quickly, and he looks like he belongs. It's just too bad he's a complete piece of shit. But
Yeah. But what are you gonna do?
So is his wait. I actually got to find this. So is his brother, Jake Paul. I found a quote today that I was just like, I could not believe he said this. So he lost a boxing match recently. I think it was his first boxing match loss. And he lost to Tommy Fury, who is Tyson Fury's brother. So it's the inferior brother versus the inferior brother, apparently.
It's the Frank Stallone versus like Jack Swayze.
Oh shit! Yeah, that's not too far from the truth. Wait, was there an actual Jack Swayze?
No, he has a brother. I forget his name though. He does have a brother. He looks like a weird what's his name? There is a
Don Swayze.
Is it Don Swayze? Don the Dragon Swayze?
Oh wait, he had two brothers, Patrick Swayze and Sean Swayze, and Don Swayze. Which?
Don Swayze and Patrick Swayze.
That's when your Alice Hotel Rooms is Don the Dragon Swayze.
They sound like they should be in one of those Magic Ink Yes and No books.
Yeah, it was Don. I wasn't sure because he's fucking old now, but yeah, it was Don because they look pretty similar. Like back in the day, anyways.
Yeah, one did like a couple of like direct to DVD or no, I'm sorry, VHS.
Laserdisc.
Yeah, direct to 8-track. That's weird. Audiobooks. It was fucking weird time. But yeah, there was Don the Dragon Swayze.
Dragon Swayze. What would Frank Stallone? Frank Stallone needs a fucking nickname.
Well, I mean, to be fair, Frank Stallone was in Barfly, and that's pretty awesome. But
Frank the Tank.
Frank the Tank Stallone.
Hey,
Yeah.
I met Frank Stallone.
Oh, you did?
You guys didn't know this?
I probably did. I just had forgotten.
Tell it again.
Yeah, I met him. I met him around 2009. I'll post a picture of it. I'll post a picture. I got the picture taken with Frank Stallone.
All right.
Bullshit. Yeah.
I believe you. Does John Travolta have a brother too? Or am I thinking of another actor?
Yeah, it's Don the Dragon Travolta.
Hold on.
Wait, have you guys? Speaking of John Travolta, have you guys seen this the Super Bowl commercial he was in?
Yes.
He does like I get he's I don't know if he's bald because his hair's gone, but like I feel like he's trying to look like a badass, and like having him sing Grease songs looking like that is just completely it just looks completely out of place to me.
I think
does,
so.
especially where he's put on a little bit of some weight and everything, so he's not as thin as he was during his Danny Zuko days.
Well, I don't think he's that big. I mean, he might be like strong. I don't know if he's been, maybe if he did some time Raven Shadow and been working out in the yard,
When'd you get out, John?
Yeah, it's funny because back in the day, people used to say that MZ looked like John Travolta when he was younger, and then John Travolta now is trying to look like MZ during his bald days.
Monsters Zero shaved his head for 10 years for no reason at all.
Yeah, for no reason at all.
No,
He's
there
kind
was
of like,
for it.
no, but you were kind of like, and that's true. Like, who was Bull from Night Court?
Richard Mall.
Richard Mall, like-
yeah.
He never went
the
bald. He
picture-
shaved his head on purpose. He's a full head of hair like you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's got luxurious hair.
Yeah.
There, guys, take a look at it.
But you were a psycho and just shaved your head like 10 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it was like it was a good 10 years. And I remember you kept it a little longer than you wanted to because of Blood Pigs, right? Didn't you want to grow it back, but they were going to do some reshoots or something?
I wanted to get rid of it. I had to hold on to the bald head for a little while longer because of Blood Pigs, continuity. So yeah, I did that.
Oh, MZ just sent us the picture of him with Frank Stallone. I see it now. Yeah, I think I do remember this one. Was that Monster Mania or one of the Chiller?
Chiller 2009. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Look at
He
him.
was.
You look good then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You look good.
Oh, I do. Oh,
Well, Frank does, and you do.
Frank was kind of like Bruce Campbell in that photo.
well, I didn't want to take up too much time from him, but all I did was ask him about when he was on the Howard Stern show and he was doing his boxing match with Geraldo Rivera. And he said he didn't want to do it. He wasn't in the mood to fight anybody or anything like that. He just didn't want to do it. But he was goaded into doing it anyway, saying, it would make him look good. Geraldo look good. The show.
Fucking Geraldo.
So, yeah.
Frank fucking Stallone. There you go. Raven Shadow, who is your Frank Stallone? Have you met anyone that
Your Frank Stallone. Who's your bronze medal?
Probably me, I think. I don't know. Well, I mean, what? Who's Sam Raimi's brother that came by the
Ted?
booth.
Ted Raimi, yeah.
Came by the booth at Rock and Shock one time.
What about Jason Lively? No, he was fucking awesome, right?
He's second Rusty, so not
The
technically-
better Rusty though.
He truly is.
Fair.
To be fair, he is the best Rusty.
Well, any redhead named Rusty is going to be a winner.
No, it's hard. It's hard to. Well, maybe.
It just
I mean,
click those together, you know. Redhead, Rusty goes together.
Anthony Michael Hall is killer, but I feel that.
Oh,
the true
totally, yeah.
Yeah, he's fucking dope. I love Anthony Michael Hall. I remember walking by him at the Rock and Shock early on. We were the only cats in the building wearing suits.
Oh yeah.
And, we kind of like looked at each other, kind of like, yeah, who's wearing some grown-up clothes, and kind of walked away. We had a little moment. But,
Nice.
but second Rusty is the best Rusty.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, obviously we love Anthony Michael Hall. You could name any number of movies, but Weird Science #1. Like that's
Yes.
Weird Science #1. Everything else, ach, tui.
Tui. I make out of bounds humble.
But if you want to talk about what you know, Anthony Michael Hall being really out of the way we grew up knowing him, back in 1980, I want to say 81, he did a movie called Six Pack.
Oh yeah. Yeah, with Country Western, Beard, the racing movie.
Kenny Rogers, Terry Kaiser.
Oh shit.
Yeah. And he played like this little redneck kid who knows how to fix cars, you know, and he's with like 5 other kids, like his brothers, like they're like orphans, or they're his brothers and sisters. I forget what, but
They were orphans.
yeah, that's right. They were all orphans.
They were all orphans.
And yeah, when you think of him playing a little, you know, southern hillbilly kid who knows how to fix cars, to the way we knew him in 16 Candles, Breakfast Club, Weird Science, you know, it's really one hell of a departure when you think about it. But it's you know, he turned out to be good, you know.
Dude, Six Pack was the shit. I popped for that movie whenever it came on cable. And I love Johnny Be Good when you had Rob Downey Jr.
Rub some dirt on it. Get back in there, Coach. I broke my dick.
But Six Pack also had a very young Diane Lane in it,
Yeah.
and at the time she was like maybe 16 or 17 years old, and Terry Kaiser's character was hitting on her like hardcore.
I don't think you mean who you said, because she
No.
was young and
No.
silent.
He's right. I'm looking at it right now. Kenny Rogers, Diane Lane, Aaron Gray.
Yeah, Aaron Gray. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was thinking Johnny Be Good. Oh,
no. We're still talking about Six Pack.
Okay. Six Pack.
But yeah, Johnny Be Good. I haven't seen that in so long.
Yeah. Good. Wow.
But I get like wasn't Robert Downey Jr. in that too?
Yeah, he was his boy. There was the bull, you get the horns from was the coach from Breakfast Club. And I want to say Uma Thurman was the love interest, if memory serves.
Okay, let me look that one up because it's been a very long time. Oh yeah, you mentioned Out of Bounds earlier, but that one's fucking awesome.
That was the shit, dude. Movie was dope.
And he did Johnny Be Good right after Out of Bounds.
And then Edward Scissorhands he did.
Yeah, he was fucking bully.
Yeah.
He got big like Affleck in Be Good and Scissorhands.
It was so Anthony Michael Hall, Robert Downey Jr., Paul Gleason. That was the Breakfast Club. Yep, you're right.
Oh yeah.
Uma Thurman, you're right.
Well, I believe she was a redhead in that picture.
I think you're right.
And Steve James.
Oh, stop it! Really, Steve James from? He's the coach. We should watch that.
Coach Sanders, holy shit! Yeah, we should watch this. Oh, Jennifer Tilly's in it too.
Hey now,
Howard Cosell,
Dude.
Jim McMahon. What the fuck? Oh man, it's been Seymour Cassell. I don't know him by name, but by face, like that dude. Everyone knows that dude.
Is he really? Is he the younger brother to Howard Cosell?
No.
Yeah, Frank Stallone.
Yeah, that's how we got on this. Was talking about who everyone's Frank Stallone is. I think my Frank Stallone would be Ray Bradbury's balls.
It's true.
Oh man.
Tell some people that story about how you Bradbury's nutsack, and they just die laughing.
I couldn't make that shit up, you know.
Right? I mean, it's so random. It has to be true.
Like, yeah, oh, man, that was both like such a cool moment and such a like, holy fucking shit.
Yeah, how many people can say that? You know,
I think I have a penchant for seeing old man's balls. It's not the first time. Oh,
wow.
God, I can tell the story now because, well, he's no longer with us. But you guys remember Ivan, my mom's ex, right?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Well, anyways, I was living at his place for a little while. This is years ago, like maybe 2000, 2001, something like that.
Was that New Hampshire?
Yeah, the one in New Hampshire, yeah. And I came home like early from work or something like that one day, and then I was living up in the basement. It was like a open, basement. It was finished and everything. So, sorry, not basement, attic is what I mean. I'm pointing up and saying basement. And so his bathroom was on the second floor. So I was coming around, went up the stairs to go. Was heading up to the second floor. And his bathroom door was open. He used to wear these little man skirts that you use when you get out of the bath, or like a shower. You just kind of wrap it around, wrap it around your waist, and it kind of just covers your stuff up, but it's really kind of short. But anyways, walking up the stairs, he's bent over in the fucking little bath skirt or whatever the fuck. I ran up those stairs so fucking fast and so quiet.
Oh, that
I did not want to be heard. I'm usually pretty stealthy. Whatever Raven Shadow's doing, if you can watch the video, that's it. I'm like
Shaggy and Scoob trying to escape from the thing.
Scoob. Oh man! I hope I never see an old man's balls again, except for my own when I get older.
You like the ball whisperer though, so you've seen Ray Bradbury's balls. You've seen rest in peace Ivan's balls. You've seen Monster Zero's balls. You've seen a lot.
I mean, looking down, it's going to do it good because they're going to be down near their ankles to begin with. So, I mean,
God. Well, true.
You should just put on horse blinders and just look straight ahead.
Horse blinders. Whenever I'm in the vicinity of an old man, I'm just gonna fucking blindfold myself.
I just want to go to bed.
Jesus Christ! I'm going to hell now that I told that story.
It sucks. I've seen my dad's fucking balls back in the '80s.
Jesus Christ!
Yep.
For all the feminists tuning in to hear us talk about Huesera.
So yeah, no, it's uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable.
Are we really doing this on Bert I. Gordon's memorial show here? Come on.
Apparently.
Imagine what his balls were like.
Oh,
Jesus. Imagine what his balls were like.
The amazing colossal ball bag.
Oh, Jesus Christ. We got some good options for the episode already. I'll tell you that much. It's not gonna be hard. It's not gonna be hard tonight. Holy shit. Well, anyways, Marion and Creepy Girl hanging out in the chat room. Marion says the background design looks like the wallpaper at the Satanic Temple. By the way, oh, well, that's actually kind of cool. So the wallpaper we have for the not yours, MZ, for the show. MZ's
Not the
what?
live, laugh, love pumpkins thing you have going on back there.
Yeah, live, laugh, pumpkins. Live, laugh, Rufus and Ronaldo.
Yeah, live, laugh, transform and roll out.
That was pretty good, actually. Holy shit. About 10 minutes ago, Creepy Girl said, "Hi-ho, did I miss anything?" Well, no. If you tuned in 10 minutes ago, nope.
No.
Oh,
You didn't miss
you're
a
right on.
damn thing.
Back fast.
Man.
Oh, jeez.
All right, so I don't even know what the fuck we're going to be talking about.
Yeah.
Is there anything else this week? Anything exciting happen? Or
I had a couple things. One, I got turned on to a new show from Marion. To tie it back into last week, a show called Servant, which is on
Apple TV Plus.
TV, right? And it's produced by M. Night Shyamalan, and the first episode is directed by him. Have you seen it, Wolfie?
No, I've been kind of curious. I know. Actually, my brother has seen it, and I guess he had told me that after. Was it the end of the first season or beginning of the second? He was like, I just couldn't watch it anymore. Something ridiculous happened. So that kind of kept me a little bit at arm's length, but I'll still probably check it out eventually. It sounds like it's should be up my alley, so I'll probably check it out eventually.
It kind of is. I mean, like if I can give a quick, I mean, I all I know is what Marion told me, and that was a couple who lost their child. Hires a nanny to kind of take care of I'm saying real doll, and that's the fucking total wrong fucking word to use. But
God, that is completely
it's wrong. It's the wrong word to use. But
Jesus Christ.
Almost got me.
Yeah, MZ was like, "Well, I'm gonna watch it."
no, but like a pseudo baby doll they got.
To ease the grieving, I think, right?
Ease the grieving. The nanny comes.
Ease the grieve bag.
Ease the grieve bag. And then the child, the doll comes to life, and the wife's played by, I don't know her name, but the redhead that was in
Lauren Ambrose. I'm looking at the cast right now.
She was great. I mean, the Maroon knows her from Can't Hardly Wait, but I never watched Pushing Up Daisies, Push Little Daisies, Make Them Come Up. What's the show? 6 Feet Under. 6 Feet Under. One's a fucking Ween song. But yeah, 6 Feet Under, she's in that. She plays the wife, and the nanny has like some supernatural, potentially, powers. And the first episode feels like an M. Night joint. Truly from the jump. It's set in Philadelphia. He does make a cameo. And it's good. They're half-hour episodes too, which is interesting for like a melodrama. But I watched. Marion got through 2 seasons, I think, or whatever that was on there. But I watched an episode and a half, and I'm really into it.
I think it's on a 4th season now, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh heavens!
Oh heavens to Murgatroyd!
Heavens to Bootsy!
Heavens to Bootsy! Oh shit! Can't hardly wait. That movie had quite an impact on your life, Raven Shadow.
Oh man! Oh, that was up there in the Maru's regular rotation. Can't hardly wait.
Oh, and Lauren Ambrose apparently is in Yellow Jackets as well.
Spoiler alert, bro. Probably season 2.
How's that a spoiler alert?
I just want to be surprised.
Okay.
I like her. That shows the shit. MZ, you would like that.
I hear it's good.
You would like that a lot. Yeah, yeah.
I hear it's good. I might want to check it out one of these days.
Yeah, I think you'd really dig it.
So, Servant, yeah, you checking that out? That's cool. Look at you expanding your horizons.
Yeah, look at you, Raven Shadow. Look at you watching TV.
Look at you watching anything. That's not Smallville.
Yeah.
Oh, and speaking of Servant, I hope this isn't a fucking spoiler, but Rupert Grint, your boy, Ron Weasley's in that too.
Thank you. I meant to mention that, which is funny because we see him now in Knock at the Cabin Door. So like he's one of M. Night's new boys, you know.
Oh, there's an actor named Luca Ravenscroft. It's not quite
Yeah.
Raven Shadow, but it'll do.
You know, the gimmick infringement. Just saying.
Oh,
Actually,
Go
and the
ahead.
son is named Jericho, which I was like, yo, there's only one Jericho. Well, there's two Jerichos, one from the Titans, but overall, it's only one Chris Jericho.
Creepy Girl says Servant is really good. I haven't seen season 2 yet, so she hasn't seen that. It looks like it is currently, I think, in season 4. Yeah, it looks like there's actually an episode dropping tomorrow, and then one more next week, and the season's over. So season 4 is coming to an end. So maybe I'll start watching once season 4 wraps up. Then I'll have 4 seasons to catch up on.
Cool.
Speaking of TV, Mandalorian season 3 is ongoing. Episode 2 just dropped. Very interesting. I won't say anything about it, but it's a good one.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm hoping to watch the two of them over this weekend.
I want to see the baby. MZ should see it just for fucking.
Oh my God!
I'm drawing who directed Even Dwarfs Started Small?
Werner Herzog.
Thank you. Okay, I don't know why I couldn't think of his fucking name, but Werner Herzog is in The Mandalorian.
Yeah, I heard. I saw him doing interviews about it, and everything is so beautiful and so.
He loves it.
I love listening to him. I absolutely would. If I had someone narrating my life, it would be him. And no one else. No one would even come close.
So here's this important question.
Yep.
We've seen. Will there be a Werner Herzog Black Series Star Wars action figure?
I think there is.
Is it really already?
I think so. Yeah.
I have to buy that. If that's the case, I'd have to buy it just because it's. Who else? A Werner Herzog action figure.
Right.
Let me just double check. I'm pretty sure there is.
Yeah, if there is, Wolfie, buy it for me.
Yeah,
I
sir.
ain't buying you shit.
Patreon money. No. But no, I mean, you could because of the
it's on. I see it on Big Bad Toy Store right now. I see it. Star Wars: The Black Series 6-inch. The Client. That's his name in it. The Client. I think it's already out because I'm pretty sure Rocky has this.
How much is it?
$25.99 in stock.
Ooh. Because I could always go for a Werner Herzog action figure. He could be dressed up as Bozo. I don't care. I mean, it's a Herzog action figure.
See, his figures should come with like sound options, like bounty hunting, a complicated profession.
I want to play one clip. I got to play this for MZ. Hold on. Let me just.
Please do.
It's just one line. It's like literally 3 seconds.
It's fine.
Because I know you probably won't ever watch it. So.
Right about that too.
What? Oh, there we go.
I would like to see the baby.
Could you hear it? No.
Turn it up just. I think I heard it, but
I don't know, my browser just froze, so let me just hold on. All right, let me try it one more time. Let's see. Hopefully this is okay.
I would like to see the baby.
It's so fucking good. Here it is. One more time. It's so good.
I would like to see the baby.
MZ's fucking losing it. Look at this guy.
This is why you gotta watch the live feed, because the pure joy on Monster Zero's face right now makes me so happy. Play more clips.
His voice does something to me, man. His voice is pure silk. I love his voice. My God. Is that his only line? Or?
Oh no. Here, here's another one.
I would like to see the baby.
Here's another one right here. Hold on, it's loading. YouTube just see. Here we go.
Acknowledge that bounty hunting is a complicated profession.
Bounty hunting is a complicated profession. It's still not quite as good as.
I would like to see the baby.
Oh, that makes me so happy.
That's actually very appropriate for this fucking movie too. I would like to see the baby. Oh shit. Werner Herzog.
Oh, I love that man. What a on him. Jesus Christ, what a voice.
It's gonna be a fucking I don't really want to put this out into the world, but it'll be a horrible day when he is no longer with us.
Don't start talking shit like that.
Raven Chow, did you go see the baby? I would like to see the baby. As I was telling MZ, that's very appropriate for this episode.
It is. Yeah.
I promise you, he was chosen to be in this just for his voice. He's just got such a great voice. My God. And you guys know that I'm a big proponent of voices and the voices, the sound voices, and
I thought you were going to say you're a big proponent of babies.
Into babies. Oh God. And Werner Herzog is at the top of that goddamn list, man. What a voice. Jesus Christ. You guys, everybody in the Star Wars world can hang off of James Earl Jones's nutsack all you want. I am taking Werner Herzog's. He, just an incredible voice. My God.
They've had some really good performances in The Mandalorian. Amy Sedaris is in it, and she's fucking hilarious. Taika Waititi does a voice. What were you gonna say, Raven Shadow?
Taika, Carl Weathers, Bill Burr.
Yeah, Bill Burr.
Like you could make an action figure shelf of just people who are like, fucking really?
Yeah,
they're
in Star Wars. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Bill Burr, and you can have a Bill Burr and Werner Herzog figure from Star Wars.
Did they? When are they going to bring in Bobcat Goldthwait?
Oh.
I could be a stormtrooper anywhere.
I can wear that robe anywhere.
I can be a Slipwood. Yeah.
You know what the world needs? Like, we need like a big fucking Bobcat Goldthwait like resurgence. I know he's a film director now, but like I want the personality. Like I feel like this world needs it. Like him and Werner Herzog need to go on a fucking tour.
Oh my God,
a comedy tour.
Oh, if they go on like talk shows and like Bobcat would set couches on fire and Werner Herzog would just like
Would
talk.
narrate it.
Yeah, yeah.
The couch, his embers are burning.
The flames of the couch are rising higher and higher, and there's no way to stop it from achieving its goal of total mass destruction.
It mirrors the human race in the way
See,
that it
Shakes-
consumes.
See Shakes the Clown too this summer.
The shakening. See, yeah. Make sure you see Shakes the Clown 2, The Shakening in theaters this summer.
And don't forget your free 16-ounce coffee mug. Or no. Plastic soda mug with every fill up at an AMC dealer near you.
Make sure to get Dr. Pepper. Doing fucking company slogans and shit.
7-Eleven and McDonald's. I'm love.
That's coffee with flair.
That's coffee with flair.
With Herzog.
Oh shit. That's my new favorite thing. I want Werner Herzog to just narrate everything now.
My GPS.
Oh my god. Turn left in 0.3 miles.
You'll be arriving at your destination at your first left. Oh my god, that would be amazing. I've told you about his and Herzog.
What is that?
What are you going on about?
What is that?
You never during the what was it, the Chattanooga, was it the Chattanooga Film Festival, was it?
I don't know.
How do we no? Let's unpack that. You just said his and Herzog, and we're gonna fucking step back a little bit from that.
There's a short out that I saw during the film festival. Who was it that hooked us up with that?
It was Professor J, I think.
Yeah.
Professor J, that's it. And he hooked us up with the film festival.
Yeah,
I forget the name.
yeah. Okay,
For some reason, Chattanooga's in my head. I don't know if that's it, and I doubt it. But during one of the shows, I was perusing its menu, and I came across a short. Named His and Herzog. And it's a short about this couple, about 15 minutes maybe, I don't really remember, but it's about this couple who are having trouble in their relationship and how to resolve their problems. And typical 20-something couple, but the thing of it is all the dialogue in this short for both the man and the woman is provided by interview clips of Werner Herzog.
Oh man.
And that is a license to print money if there ever was one. That is a license to print money. And it was brilliant. And I couldn't stop thinking about it. That's the only short I remember watching during that whole, and I watched a shit ton of shorts during that film festival. And that's the one that sticks out in my head most of all because it's Herzog. But the name of it is called His and Herzog. It might be on IMDb, but I thought it was fantastic just on the concept alone. I think every movie should be doing this.
Is that was it the festival where you watched the David Arquette
Yes,
movie?
yes.
Okay, I'm trying to remember which one that was.
Cannot Kill David Arquette. Professor J would know.
Yeah. I think, it was a Charlotte Film Fest. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that
Yeah,
was the
not
one
Chef.
that Jay put together. So yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Oh, it was so much fun. That was so good. And like I said, every movie should be doing this. I think every movie should be doing this, from Casablanca to Major League Part 2. You know, every movie should be doing this.
Oh man, Casablanca to Major League Part 2.
And everything in between.
All right. Well, maybe we should cap it off
Yeah.
there because it's not
Funny.
going to get any better.
Yeah, ha, ha. Real funny motherfucker. You want to hit the ball that far?
Oh, my chest hurts.
Thing. You make my heart sing. I hate this fucking song.
I would like to see the baby.
Audiobooks. Has to.
Oh man. All right.
Like
Has to.
Werner Herzog reads the fucking Golden Book series.
No,
Like,
Werner Herzog reads the Bible. That's what I want.
I would fucking pay attention to it.
It's the first time I would read the Bible, I guess.
oh, I can't do it. I can't.
All right. Well, we should probably get ready for the break, anyways. I don't want Ravenchild to die. I don't want MZ to die. Are you talking, MZ? I can't hear you. Go ahead.
Would like to see the Bible.
I would like to burn the Bible. Oh man. All right. Well, a little Werner Herzog never hurts anyone. So, all right. Let's wrap this up, and we're going to head to a commercial break in just a few moments. But before we do that, we're going to let you know all the ways you can help support the show. And there are many. There are myriad ways, Raven Shadow. You know what that means?
A lot.
Yeah, there's a lot of ways. Well, to be fair, there's 3 ways. Well, I guess technically 4. You could just, self-addressed stamp, send us, stuff. You don't even need that self-addressed stamp. Just send it. But the best way is Patreon. Patreon.trickortreatradio.com. Head on over there, and you can get all of our Patreon exclusive episodes. There are, 42 of them, and we're actually going to be recording 43 this weekend. So we'll have another one up soon for you guys, and I think we got a cool sort of idea for this one. So you guys will be hearing about it soon. But we'll be posting that up on Patreon in the next several days once we get it recorded and get it up there. But that's the best way. And also, you can do your own Patreon takeover. Speaking of which, if you hang around until after the film discussion, we'll be talking about our next Patreon takeover, which is next week. So we'll let you know the films and who will be joining us for that one. But excited about that. Should be a lot of fun. And just give it a look. Patreon.trickortreatradio.com. Go ahead and support for as little as $2 a month. You can go up from there, but at least $2 will get you in that door. All right, the other ways you can help support, go to trickortreatradio.com, scroll down, look for the Amazon logo. You're going to click that logo. It's going to bring you to Amazon. It's going to input our affiliate link. You're going to buy a bunch of shit. It's not going to cost you any extra. Right, Raven Shadow?
But it's another way to help keep the lights on.
That's right. So that's another way to help keep the internet on, keep the lights on, keep the software running, keep everything flowing, as Raven Shadow once said. And finally, on trickortreatradio.com, you can also click store, and there you can go ahead and, buy the greatest hits. That's what I'm talking about. Buy the greatest hits of Trick or Treat Radio, volumes 1 through 3. It's kind of a little sampler of the first, 6, 7-ish years of Trick or Treat Radio. We've been doing the show coming up, well, we're past 10 and a half years, I think, or close to it anyways. And, there's a lot of stuff out there. I don't anticipate everyone will be listening to every single episode. That's okay. But if you guys want a little sampler, you can go ahead and check out the greatest hits. And those are the 3 ways you can support. So consider supporting the show and keeping things going, moving steady, all that good stuff. And we'd appreciate it. And Raven Shadow. Now, I'm dying to know, what did you do to prepare for this movie, Huesera, the Bone Woman? What did you do to prepare for this one, man?
Well, I went out to an evening of rock and roll last Saturday night, Wolfie. That was the show. Mary and I, we saw Elvis Costello at the Hanover Theater.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Nice.
And it was cool. Yeah, we won tickets from I won tickets for my gimmick job, and the Hanover Theater, which is a very classy theater. Best part about it, free parking. You know what I'm saying? Free parking, and the
that's the best part about it.
First,
it must have been a really shitty show then.
No, the second best part was the park. Third best part was the parking. The best part was the open bar before the show. Mary and I were in a very nice, very classy room above the old Showcase downtown theater that we all grew up in, going to. And so we got some free drinks. We ended up talking to a very rich white couple about paintings. Yeah, we were the youngest people by 20 years. And even Marion was like, we're the youngest people by 20 years. I'm like, well, would you rather be the oldest people by 20 years? So yeah, but like, they were wealthy. We actually found out when the woman went to the bathroom, the husband told us that she was actually on the board of directors of the theater. And we were like, I saw E.T. here. But mostly it was me, and Return of the Jedi. But we were talking, making jokes, so that was cool. We saw Elvis Costello rip it up. Played about 3 hours set, dude. A long set.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, that's crazy.
Yeah. A lot of old school tracks. Not a lot of the hits. You know, he had Radio, which he took a picture for Rock for. Allison he played, but didn't do fucking Pump It Up, which kind of like bummed me out. But
because that's the one Elvis Costello song, you know.
Veronica?
What's it?
Did you do Veronica?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But it was still a very cool show. And after that, you better believe. Shop doll.
The following message is a paid advertisement for the Cult of Muscle podcast. The Cult of Muscle. You're either in it or you're dead.
It's the dawning of a new age. The halls of Valhalla have been shuttered. The heroes of yore have either retreated to the shadows or taken to capering for the amusement of the small folk. Their past glories a distant memory. The barbells have been torn from their once puma-strong grips. The beards shorn from their square jaws, only to be transplanted onto flannel-clad, puny weaklings with fingers barely powerful enough to strum a ukulele. The time has come, my brothers, to restore order from the chaos. No longer will our heroes be forgotten. No longer will their great deeds be viewed through a foggy lens of irony. Hear now our rallying cry as we scream it from the mountaintops, as we bellow it from iTunes and Libsyn and Facebook. It's time to join the cult, my brothers. So don your cloaks and enter the Cult of Muscle.
I'm Alex West.
And I'm Andrea Subasati, and we're from the Faculty of Horror podcast.
And you're listening to Trick or Treat Radio.
You go through your week with the same old routine.
What you really want is some blood and thunder in your life.
Well, friend, you found it.
The Cromcast is an adventurous journey through the history of two-fisted pulp stories.
With your hosts, John,
Josh,
and Luke.
We have action,
horror,
and adventure, all through the lens of pulp luminary Robert E. Howard.
Don't just stay in your ordinary life.
Find your pulp life at thecromcast.blogspot.com.
The Cromcast.
The Cromcast.
The Cromcast.
A podcast for the barbarian at heart.
And we are back on Trick or Treat Radio. I think. Yeah, there we go. At least I'm back. All right. So we are going to talk about a movie now. And that movie is Huesera, the Bone Woman. Let me pull up the deets. All right. While I wait for these two jabronis to get back. Huesera, the Bone Woman, saw festivals in 2022. It got a theatrical and VOD release in 2023. It is 97 minutes. It is directed by Michelle Garza Cervera, and it is written by Michelle Garza Cervera and Abia Castillo. And the film stars Natalia Solian, Alfonso Dosal, Mayra Batala, Sonia, wow, that's a tough name, Couoh. Want to take a guess on that one, MZ? Couoh. Kuho?
Kuo, maybe?
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know. That's a tough one.
Martha Claudia Moreno, Ida Lopez, and Mercedes Hernandez as the aunt. The synopsis: Valeria has long dreamed about becoming a mother. After learning that she's pregnant, she expects to feel happy, yet something's off. So as we mentioned earlier, this is the feature film debut from Michelle Garza Cervera. And it, let's see if I can find, I pulled up an article. I think this won some awards in the festival circuit. Yeah, so it premiered at the 2022 Tribeca Festival, where Michelle Garza Cervera took home the Best New Narrative Director. Sound like fucking Raven Shadow, Jesus. The Best New Narrative Director and Nora Ephron Awards. And it's interesting timing of this, because in this article that I'm looking at, it was actually on Letterboxd, an article that was written by Annie Lyons. And let's see, it says here, not even 2 weeks later after this film premiered at the Tribeca Festival. The United States Supreme Court overturned Roe versus Wade, eliminating the constitutional right to an abortion. As the U.S. has restricted abortion access, Mexico has expanded it. And it says, it goes on a little bit. I don't want to get too much and bury the lead and start, talking about things in one direction or another. So maybe we'll come back to that. But just wanted to kind of bring up the Tribeca Awards. And it would be, it's considered a drama horror. And this will be appearing on Shudder eventually. I don't know when that will be. It's available on VOD, and it might still even be in some select theaters still. All right. So, Marion was commenting about your story and said VIP guests, free booze.
Word.
Is that the best kind of guest you can be, Raven Shadow?
It is. That's the best. Open bar is the best.
A very important pimp. Yeah, she said no Veronica. Wow.
Wow.
What the fuck's Elvis doing, man? What is he thinking?
I mean, that song is like dedicated to his mother because that's his mother's name. So I'm surprised he didn't
hate his mother. Jesus.
What do you mean, does he hate his mother?
He must. He didn't play the song. He must
I
hate
don't
his
know.
Mother. I'm just kidding. That's a little crazy though, right? I mean, I'm sure he's probably played these songs so many fucking times in his life that he's probably sick of most of them. So maybe there's a few that he just doesn't want to pull out,
And I think because of the setting too. Like, I mean, it wasn't like it was I don't know if you guys have been to the Hanover Theater, but it's more of a Pinkies all the way up kind of crowd. But
oh yes.
Oh, so you're saying they're A-listers?
They are kind of A-listers. Like, once again, I was wearing my black leather, combat boots, talking to rich white people.
Did they let you in with tweezers?
No, but it was funny though. The reason why it's funny.
So Elvis Costello hates tweezers too? He and Danzig have that in common.
Raven Shadow's here. Fuck him. But there was the reason. Oh, sorry, our point of entry to the rich white people that talked to us was I was looking for the bathroom, and it was definitely like the John Travolta meme from Pulp Fiction, where I'm like looking around confused. Yeah, and like, do you need help? And I'm like, where's the bathroom? Oh, it's over in there, the private door, kind of thing like that. Yeah,
like, I'm looking for the little boy's room. Can you help me?
I gotta poop.
I gotta do a boom boom.
I can do my business.
Wait, no. I would like to do a party. You should have said it like Werner Herzog. I would like to do a boom boom.
Jesus Christ, that doesn't sound like Werner Herzog at all.
All right, I lost it. All right.
Whether you had it or not, but
yeah, I don't know about that either.
PP is a complicated interaction.
I would like to see the baby.
I would like to do a boom boom in the boom boom room.
Oh fuck. All right.
I just cleared out the inventory. Now it's time to restock the shelves.
The inventory. Cleared out the inventory.
Everything's on clearance.
Everything.
Everything must go.
Everything must go. My poop is on clearance.
Terrible. The jokes are good.
All right. So, anyways, let's get back to the movie. And Huesera. So, all right. This is one that probably would have benefited from a female perspective, I think. Because I actually did a little bit of reading because I wanted to make sure there weren't some messages here that we just weren't picking up on because we're dudes. We can't have babies. Like we don't deal with the pressure of having a child and all that. So I feel like a lot of that could have just kind of gone over our heads, So I wanted to read a little bit about it and get some insight. So, we'll kind of dive a little bit into this because it is a somewhat dense. I'm not going to say it's like a super dense narrative, but for a bunch of dudes, I do feel that something could have gone over our heads. So, the film starts with Valeria and her husband Raul, and I'm sorry. It starts off differently. It starts off with Valeria's with her mother, and they are. I'm trying to remember what the name of that
temple.
Yeah, the statue. Our Lady of Guadalupe. So Valeria and her mother make a pilgrimage to the towering gilded statue of Our Lady of Guadalupe. And shortly after, kind of right after that experience, you can tell that she is attempting to have a child with her husband because they're doing all the things, like after they have sex, like her, what is she had like her legs up or something like that, like, doing that whole thing. So they're clearly trying to have a child, and it works. They get pregnant. And so she seemingly is very happy about this when they find out, like they're celebrating and all excited. And from that point forward, I feel like there is a bit of sort of there's a bit of distance between this situation and maybe whether or not Valeria actually wanted this, and we're reminded of some things from her childhood when she was younger. And man, that her family was fucking brutal. We'll probably get a little bit more into that, but and she's reminded of these reasons as to why a lot of people think that she wouldn't be a good mother, and then she kind of questions whether or not that this is what she wants. There's kind of that going on in the throughout the film. And I don't want to get too much into the details yet. I feel like this is a movie we're going to have to talk about some of the themes, because otherwise I feel like they're going to get lost, and I feel like we're just going to miss an opportunity to discuss some interesting things. So I do want to get a little bit into that. We'll wait till we get a little bit closer to the end. That way maybe people can get a sense of whether or not they actually want to see this first. It's not going to necessarily be spoiler, but I do feel that there are some themes that I want to discuss that I feel are important. So we'll just kind of wait a little bit until we get to those themes. But that's kind of the premise here. And then Valeria sees some horrific images, hallucinations, maybe dreams. And then there's a little bit of sort of some, I guess you could say folk magic, Mexican folk magic that is sort of invoked a little bit. So it kind of spans, a lot of different territory here. So, well, let's jump in. And what did you guys, do you guys have anything off the top that you want to bring up? Anything that stood out to you that is, worth sort of off the top discussion?
Well, I like all the imagery that we get from Valeria's family regarding childbirth and also because they talk about how I think it was either her mother or her aunt mentions, your bones will break and all this other stuff, and all is going on. You're seeing another family member just literally rip apart a chicken.
Yeah.
In a way that I have never seen done before, and just not. You don't even need the sound of it. Just looking at it, it just looks horrific. But I think also because, first of all, I like the idea that well, it's not so much that I like it; it's more that I can understand why they called it Huesera, the Bone Woman, and why it was. I mean, it's originally called Huesera, but they threw in the Bone Woman, which is the literal translation, just to appeal to English-speaking audience.
Yeah, because it was originally in Mexico. It was just called Huesera.
Right. And there is an actual story involved with Huesera, where there's this actual story where there's this woman who collects bones from a wolf. I guess it's something on this idea. It's that she collects bones from a wolf, and she continues to do so until the bones are complete, and through folk magic, like you were mentioning, the woman turns into a wolf herself, and she runs off and lives out the rest of her life as a wolf.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's it's the legend of La Huesera, the Mexican myth, about a woman who collects animal bones. Yep.
And so that you can see the translation here. The narrative of this movie is really kind of, I don't know how would you say it's closely knit to that story or not? Probably not. In some areas, yes. In some areas, no. Maybe.
I guess in a way. I mean, I could see it being based on that, so maybe that was a basis for some of the story. But obviously, it goes off in its own way.
Yeah, and I mean, Valeria, she has these deep, dark secrets from her past that kind of evolve themselves as the movie continues. But I really like how the character of Valeria is portrayed here. Does a real good job, actually.
Yeah, very conflicted, and we do get a little bit of her. I guess you could say like a former life, so to speak. And I don't mean like literal former life. I mean, before she was married and with Raul, she was with a woman, and she was kind of a punk, right? Like into the punk scene. She was with a woman named Octavia, but the reason they weren't together anymore is because basically familial pressure to go to school and to basically fit the mold that they feel that she should fit. So that I feel like that was an important scene because it sets her on this path. We get that a little bit. It's kind of a flashback a little bit into the movie, but that kind of sets her on her on this path. And as you can see, she sort of misses her old life in a way with Octavia. So there's a lot of sort of a dilemma brewing inside of her as she starts to really embrace this idea of fitting this mold. Because she's all happy about it at first, about being pregnant and about to have a child and all that, but then the sort of shine wears off a little bit, and she's sort of, at least internally, struggling with, is this what I really want? At least that's my impression. I'm not saying that the film is explicitly stating that, and I feel like as she becomes more conflicted, she's even more kind of isolated in this new life. And when that happens, I feel like that's when we get some more of these visions and I guess that's what I don't want to say too much more. That's why I'm being a little bit vague by saying visions, but I think that ties in with that when she's sort of becoming a little bit more withdrawn from this reality, that we see more of these visions and all that. So I think it is interesting, and there is a societal and familial pressure for her to do, the right thing, finger quotes,
right,
because that's what you do. Is like and I don't know about Mexican culture, but at least in this country, we can very much speak to that. That is, we don't get it the same way that a woman would, but I mean, we get it where I'm sure all of you guys at one point or another, oh, well, when are you going to get married? When are you going to settle down? Or like whatever, right? Like we've all heard that at some point, right?
Well, I thought there was an interesting dichotomy between the life that the husband and wife had. And it seemed like there was a true desire by both of them to conceive a child.
Right.
And it seemed like what they built in their world, in their apartment, in their life was one thing. And then when they went to share the news with her family, that brought a lot of darkness to it. And you saw the size of the family too. A lot of brothers, sisters, cousins, this and that. And when they do mention the incident of the past, the accident, and everyone kind of like took this joyous moment for her and kind of made it, no, this is why you shouldn't be doing this kind of thing. And then even on the way home, when they run into her, what we later learned to be a former lover, which does, as the story progresses, maybe bring her back to that time frame, because they seem to be a really young couple. Like they are in early 20s. You know what I mean?
I thought they said I thought, if I recall correctly, I thought it was said that she was 30.
Really? She's a young-looking 30. I mean, that's fair, but like, okay, fair. I thought they looked younger, but they maybe so. But like when the flashbacks to her youth, when she kind of goes back to it as maybe a way to like, what the fuck, go back to something that's familiar, as she's having these potential visions. Are they real? Are they not? Almost like a pre-partum depression. And forgive me for being a dude who can't speak to.
You're forgiven for being.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Like as a 40-something-year-old male, I've never had a child, and I'm not a woman. I can't speak to that necessarily, but she's going through a lot of shit. And a lot of emotions going on, I would think.
Well, it speaks to the strain. I mean, I'm going to agree with you there. I'm 51 years old. I'm never going to have a kid. I'm never going to give birth to a kid. But it definitely speaks to the struggles of having a baby, to raise a baby, to have one growing inside of you, to postpartum depression, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
So there's a good allegory here going on here, and also realize this is also a woman who is also self-sufficient. She is someone who she works with her hands. The baby's room that they made in their house is all done by her. The crib is made by her. The what is it? A mobile is made by her. She put up the wallpaper and set out the floor and everything. So everything she does with her hands. And then when the vision starts setting in, that's when she starts feeling like her hands are starting to, they're not. She sees her hands doing things that her hands shouldn't be doing. So that kind of lends to the
La Huesera.
yeah, the seeing things, and just thinking you're seeing something that's not there, or maybe it is there, but that narrative certainly lends to the story.
And that's an interesting point, Monstezero, right? Because I mean, what eventually became the baby's room was her studio, which she did the woodworking and her art and her guitar playing, and she had all the, all her tools on the wall, in a way that would make my dad impressed, like because he had all places for things and everything was there. And then she was the one by herself that reimagined the room, redid the room into a proper nursery, so to speak.
Yeah.
She did it herself.
And I think, just to cut in real quick, I think it's a great embodiment of how much she had to sacrifice for this. And, at first it's like, yeah, well, that's what you do. You make these sacrifices, but then it's like, well, I'm basically giving up my identity or what my passion, what makes me happy, for this. And it is what's replacing it going to fulfill me the way that this does.
It's true. And there's been a couple of times too, even a point that came later when she pulled the guitar out again. I'm like, oh, is she going to play it? But I thought there was that great scene in her in the bathtub. I'm not being whatever,
Yeah, you're right.
That led into the flashback of that.
Right.
We're like, oh.
Well, yeah, she's open and vulnerable, and yes, so it makes sense, yeah.
And this reminded me of another film that we watched. There's definitely some gaslighting going on. Potentially, maybe if I'm using that term correctly, or people not believing her. It reminded me of that film with that of the apartment complex that we did with the guy that was watching the chick.
Oh, Watcher.
Yeah.
Yeah,
not
no,
exactly,
I gotcha.
but like something where she's like, "Hey, this is going on." Oh, I go back to bed. It's fine.
Right. Yeah, I think and it's I was unsure when I watched this. I hadn't read anything about it because I don't want to sort of have certain expectations or even know much about the plot heading in. I just want to kind of take it in and not really know what's going to happen. So I'm surprised. So I feel, I mean, that's a good thing, but I also feel like I was at risk of potentially missing some of the message because the thing I like about it is that it's not super handholdy. It's not like this is what we're trying to say. We're preaching, it presents it in one way, and you as the viewer can sort of input what you want into it. And so I like the way that it wasn't heavy-handed, but I'd wondered if the point could have gone over our heads being dudes who don't have this pressure that Valeria would, but I'm glad that it seems like we're all sort of like at least on board with understanding what the basic concept of this was.
Oh, I'm certain. I mean, if we had a woman's perspective to join us here tonight on this show, I think we would have an even better understanding. Yeah. Unfortunately, we don't have that, but we make do with what we can.
Well, our fucking goldfish brains. No. But yeah, I am, I'm glad that we're at least picking up on some of the nuance, I believe. So I think that's at least good that we can sort of appreciate that. Maybe not quite the way a woman might, but that we can still appreciate sort of the sacrifices that she made and whether or not it's what she wanted and what she should have done. Because I think it does a really interesting, because it's not right off the bat. It's not like right away that you get that feeling of this is not what she wants, because she is very excited at first.
Right.
So, it almost makes you wonder and think what's going on with her? Like, is she actually seeing shit? Like, what's exactly going through her head? But I feel like the movie does just enough to make you go, oh, okay. Like, yeah, I can see once again the transformation with her workshop to the baby's nursery. I would like to see the baby's nursery.
What a weird segue.
I know, right? But
just stop doing Werner Herzog.
Well, it's not really Werner Herzog. It's some fucking bastardization of it. Yeah. But yeah, I think that alone right there is enough insight into what's going on with her and the changes she's going through,
Like I kind of blame the family's kind of dicks to her.
Yeah,
right. Totally, yeah.
Right. You're absolutely right. I mean, they still see her as the girl with the short punk hair and her renegade rebel attitude lifestyle that she used to possess, and they're never going to see her as anything else but that.
And the girl who
and,
did the thing with the child.
Right. And oh my god, that sucks. Like, you don't mention that at fucking a cookout.
Right. That was really awkward.
Yeah. For something like that.
And I think one of those chicks was her mom. And like, really? Like, your mom's gonna go in? Like, I get like the sister or maybe an aunt might bust your chops, but your mom's gonna go in on you like that?
And the aunt was the reasonable one.
Yeah, right.
Well, the grandmother was on her side.
No, I thought that was was that the grandmother? I thought it was
the aunt.
Yeah, it was the aunt.
Was the aunt? Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like she was riding high with the husband, and then the family fucked shit up. And the husband was pretty quick to jump on the fucking family Kool-Aid too.
Yeah.
Who didn't do a hell of a lot. Like, he didn't fucking do any paint. He didn't put no fucking paint up. He didn't wash any dishes.
Because he didn't have to make the sacrifice. She's the one that had to change. That's why what we're talking about. It's easy for us because we don't have the kind of pressure that Valeria or most women would have in this situation. So yeah, for him, it's like, I just want a baby, and he doesn't have to do anything. It's just like, yeah, I'll like, really, we see him basically get her pregnant, and like, then he's there for all the things that involve the baby, but that's kind of all we see him for, right? Like, and then, the occasional like dinner or something like that.
Yeah, because we never do know what he does, or what he's doing to support his wife and his upcoming child.
Yeah, he had what looked like a podcast. There was like a recording room with like a keyboard. Yeah, right. I was like, is this dude a podcaster? Because that ain't gonna fucking pay the bills.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
But like, it's almost like he saw her as merely a vessel for his seed. And
that's a fucking album cover.
That's pretty good. Yeah.
Vessel for my seed.
Our new album, I think it's the best album we ever did. Vessel for our seed. It's pretty good. It's a double live album.
It's a double live album.
I don't think so. I think that's a little harsh. I don't think so. Because they were constantly trying. If it wasn't going to work if he was going to be that kind of guy that you just described, he would have taken off on her in a split second and gone on to someone else. Now, the Lady of Guadalupe statue, is that the name of it?
Yes, I believe so.
Is that like a fertility symbol?
It's a good question. I'll look it
up. There was some kind of juju around her, but JJ.
Juju around her vajayjay.
Yeah. There's a little Spirit of Sante, Dominus Holy, like little, like,
God.
like.
Oh, shut up. Ugh.
That's a funny fucking joke.
No, you're a fucking joke.
All right. Our Lady of Guadalupe stands for life, for health, for hope. Christ on the cross for despair, for death, for salvation. Supernatural mother and natural mother are equated symbolically, as are earthly and otherworldly hopes and desires. However, family relations are seen as only one element in the formation of the Guadalupe symbol.
Family formations. Well, that's kind of unusual considering that she was there and she's kind of like separated from the rest of her family once she found out that she was pregnant.
Yeah.
It's kind of an ironic twist on that. But, okay. All right. I just wanted to know. I wasn't sure. Yeah, I just thought maybe, I thought there was like more of a, well, actually there is somewhat of a significance to that opening scene now that I think about it. So, okay.
Yeah, definitely there is, yeah. So let's see. I want to try to see what else we can get into here. I will say there was a lot of very cool imagery. The first time that Valeria sees the bone woman, I guess we could say, I don't know, like the vision of the neighbor across the street, I thought that was fucking cool. Like that looked badass and was horrifying.
Yeah, that was good. They executed really well.
Yeah, I thought that was exceptional. Another part I loved, and I think this is where you commented, Raven Shadow, when you were watching it, the end when they do this sort of ritual with her towards the end, where all the women are doing this ritual, where she's transported. That scene, is that what you were referring to, Raven Shadow?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I had a feeling based on your reaction. I won't say too much about it, but the visuals, that whole scene was beautiful. Like, and just the way it looked with the sort of like the trees, the dead trees and the bodies and the bones and all that. It was a really impressive scene.
And when things hit you, it hits you. Like, yeah, there's a foot of the bed scene.
Oh yeah, yep. That's a good one too.
Oh my god. And then there's even like a back shot of somebody flexing.
Yeah, that's Valeria.
Yeah.
The whole sound design when it came to Bone,
great Foley.
That goes right through you, man. It goes right through you, and you could feel it. You know, and you almost become Valeria yourself when you realize, you know, what she's going through and what she's going through that's going on in her mind, and we can relate to that really, and only that aspect of this character is the sound of the bones breaking and how it affects her and how it affects us. And I think that might be, as men, the only way that we can ever actually relate to the character of Valeria.
I felt just like a Spanish pregnant woman in that moment.
Jesus. I will read this. This is interesting. I actually found something about La Huesera. And so here it says, this Mexican myth is about a woman who collects animal bones, specifically from wolves, until she has a complete skeleton. She sings life into these bones, bringing the creature back from another realm. It runs free towards an open horizon, sometimes transforming into the shape of a woman. The bones represent the life force within us that doesn't want to be tamed, and La Huesera seeks to restore what is lost. To me, that actually further cements the ending.
Right, exactly. A lot of I thought that ending was perfect.
Yeah, I agree. I'm actually glad you brought that up, MZ, because I didn't look into La Huesera, but seeing that and sort of, taking that legend and sort of now putting it on top of the film, a lot of it, especially that scene we talked about in the woods, towards the end, that makes more sense being, another realm and, sort of running free towards an open horizon, right? Like that's kind of, without saying too much more, kind of apropos for what we see. So,
I
yeah.
don't want to say more because otherwise you'll give it away, but
yeah.
I think the ending perfectly suits the folktale that, or the myth that La Huesera tells us. It's spot on, but yet it doesn't give away too much.
Yep, I agree.
I think it's an excellent ending. I think it's really the only way you could end it without being overbearing and too heavy-handed.
Yeah, no, I agree because this works on its own, but if you do know the legend, it sort of doubles down on that and has a little bit more impact. Because now knowing this, I can. Not that it changes how I feel about it, but it adds to it. It's like, oh, okay, yeah, I could see that. Let me check here. Casual Noob is commenting in the YouTube chat, and he says, love the discussions. Sometimes I love watching these movies a second time with your perspective of things. I just don't grasp myself watching them the first time. So that's really cool. I know that Casual Noob had said that previously when he did The Outwaters, but yeah, it's cool to hear, something we say can have someone look at a film in a different way, and maybe they didn't understand all that was going on, and therefore couldn't engage with it, but having a little bit more insight about what potentially was happening can make you view it in a different light. So I think that's cool. I mean, that's a really, I don't necessarily propose that we're smart, but hey, like if we can pick up on something that makes you view it differently, then great.
Just different perspective, too. Just different perspective.
What's that, MZ?
It happens to us on occasion as well.
Yep.
Where we'll be discussing a film, and then a little light will click on over our head and go, you know what? You're right. Maybe I should think of it another way. And it happens on occasion on this show.
Yeah. Yeah, it does definitely. Yeah, but this, I think, we're talking a lot of positive things. It sounds like, anyways. I think that the pacing of this film was done fairly well. I think there might have been an opportunity to have a little bit more horror mixed in.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Not necessarily saying that it suffered, that the film suffered, but I feel like there is, and I don't mind having drama in a horror movie. Like that really ramps up the narrative and potentially the ending, in which this absolutely did. But I think that there might have been some more opportunities to add some additional horror. If I'm nitpicking, I think that would be my nitpick.
No, you're right. I think it could have delved a little deeper into the horror areas. There were a couple of, really not super shocking scenes, but stuff that'll make you take notice. The sound design was really good.
Yeah, it was excellent. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, you're not going to get any jump scares or fake scares out of this. There might be one that might catch you off guard if you're not really paying attention. Although, I mean, it didn't happen to me, but just the way it presented itself, it might happen to someone who's not fully paying attention at that point.
Yeah, that's fair.
But I think a couple more areas of horror might have helped this movie out. It's not. I think it's fine the way it is, but a couple more couldn't have hurt. Unless the director just felt that subtlety was one of her key components of what she wanted to do. But personally speaking, yeah, I think a couple scenes of horror could have could have helped this movie out a little bit more.
Yeah, and once again, that for me is a nitpick. There's a lot of. I'm actually trying to remember the name. For some reason, I'm drawing a complete blank on the name of the movie. It was one we did in December, so MZ didn't see it. Nanny. Nanny was another movie that actually was. Did you see that, MZ?
Mr. Nanny?
No, and I'm not talking about Fran Drescher either.
And Sherman Hemsley?
No. Well, anyways, it was also a first-time feature film.
Yeah.
And that was the one about I'm actually forgetting the country, but the African, Senegal. Yeah, that's what it was, Senegal. The woman from Senegal, and they had a lot of Mami Wata. That was it, Mami Wata.
Yeah.
And once again, it dealt with a mother and her child, and sort of, I mean, that was a different, different story, but man, that was a gut punch in that one. But I feel like there's, some similarities. I'm not comparing the movies; they're completely different. They're both very good movies that deal with motherhood in different ways, or just nurturing. Maybe not just motherhood, just nurturing, whether it's yourself or another. But I think that they're two very different movies, but have a lot of similarities, and they also have a lot of sort of folk lore from the respective countries, from Senegal for Nanny and Mexico for this. So, yeah, I'd say that if vice versa, if you've seen this and haven't seen Nanny, might be worth a view, or vice versa, if you've seen Nanny and haven't seen this, or if you haven't seen either of them, I think they're challenging films, and Nanny was a film that had mostly drama. There was a little bit more drama in Nanny, but I feel that really made that ending hit like a fucking ton of bricks. But I feel that the drama certainly didn't hinder this at all. But I think that there might have been some opportunities to add a little bit more horror. And I would have liked to have maybe gotten a little bit more of the bone cracking. There was a pretty good amount of it. We got a few scenes, but I feel like it didn't overstay its welcome. And I suppose that's a good thing, because if it was the other end, then I think that would have been, really could have hindered the overall efforts of the film.
Yeah, the impact would have been lost.
Yeah. So it did strike the right balance. So I'm not necessarily complaining about that. Did we start roboting over there, Raven Shadow?
Just started to, actually.
Yeah, I just heard it. All right. I'm going to pull up Raven Shadow's. Raven Shadow, you can take 3 minutes. How about that?
All right, fair enough.
Take your fucking break. I feel like he sabotages it on purpose sometimes just so he can get a little break. All right, I just got to restart.
Oh, we're finally.
I'll start reading Michelle's shit.
Technical difficulty.
Yeah. It ran surprisingly smooth so far, so something was bound to happen.
Yeah.
All right. He's gonna restart in a moment. Okay. Roboting is gone, so I'm gonna get him up and running. So trying trying to think what else we can discuss about this. I did love a lot of the visuals. Really, really cool stuff, especially, as we talked about sort of that end scene. I thought was really well executed. I think in MZ, I'm actually going to lean on you for this a little bit because I feel you can be a harsh critic of CGI, and I feel like they might have hit the right balance of darkness in this to show just enough without revealing too much to make it look super CGI, right? Mm-hmm. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I thought it was done fairly well here. It's was used as a tool instead of becoming the focal point of the film, like so many others before it. The way the director used the CGI here was done pretty smart.
Yeah,
and definitely and for a film of Mexican and Peruvian talents, they pulled this off surprisingly well. Very well, in fact. I was really surprised by how good it looked, because I really do hate CGI, and especially if it looks really bad. But this came out looking more than halfway decent.
Yeah.
It like you said, it didn't show too much. It showed just the right amount. The use of shadow and angle, of depth. It all played in their hands. It was right there in their hip pocket, and they took advantage of it. Good for them. Bully bully.
Yeah, it was mostly that. I think the only time it really stood out, or not stood out, but like towed the line between almost showing too much, was that scene in the street. Like with the first time with the neighbor. I feel like that scene, the impact was really good, but then I feel like when the neighbor was kind of moving around, like that, you could tell was a little dodgy, but once again, this is a complete nitpick at this point.
You know what? That's weird, because this is weird. You found it to be somewhat, even the slightest bit sketchy. I didn't.
It was mostly because, and I'm trying to tiptoe around this, like one part of the body was moving and another wasn't. And there was something a little off in the connection between the two for me. That's kind of what I'm referring to. Otherwise, it looked fine.
Well, I'm also considering the state that the body is in too.
Fair. Yep, that's fair.
If in a I guess you could say in a realistic scenario, if that was to happen, there would be a chance that maybe one or maybe more limbs would probably not be moving.
Yeah.
Yep. I take that into account too. Given that, I think they pulled the effect off pretty well.
Yeah. How about you, Raven Shadow? Anything to add about CGI or notice anything good, bad, indifferent? Yeah.
I mean, like, I'm not saying it was Industrial Light and Magic, but no, I thought it was all done very well, and I definitely got freaked. You know what I mean? It was some. I don't know. I mean, your boy Alex.
Yeah, I was gonna say you talking about Alex Winter.
I don't mean your boy Alex Winter either. No, there was that. It always gets me.
Yeah, and honestly, the sound design on this was so well done that I could have given a pass to some of the visual stuff. But I think the visuals were all pretty much there. But yeah, there was I think the sound design was phenomenal in this. And I did read something, I forget, I don't know where I'll try to see if I can find the quote, but in the article I was reading, the director was talking about. Oh, here it is. I actually just found it. Let's see. So the director, Michelle Garza Cervera, says she instructed sound designer and bone cruncher extraordinaire Christian Gerard to resist classic horror effects. Any sound that was not part of Valeria's world from her home or her building or her street couldn't be in the sound design. We built the whole thing out of the domesticity, she says, sugar-coated and harmonious primary colors found throughout Valeria's apartment add to her dissonance. Every cracked joint, every anguished moan is deeply felt. Let's see. I'm trying to just see if there's anything else about. Yeah, that's. Oh, and so this article on Letterboxd that I'm reading is quoting some users on Letterboxd. I haven't said the Letterboxd.
Letterboxd.
I was thinking of fucking Bunky.
Bunky.
How many times I gotta tell you the Letterboxd?
All roads lead to Police Academy 2.
I know. God damn, I'm thinking Letterboxd in my head, and I can't help but think of that fucking scene.
I ain't gonna do that anywhere.
Anyways, the Letterboxd user says, "This bone cracking will live with me for my life." Oh, the Letterboxd.
Not a bad dig if you can get it, right?
Yeah.
And even down to, I mean, I vomited into a lot of toilets. There's some great vomit foley in this movie. It was very active.
Oh, and by the way, this is a few minutes ago, but Angry Townsman's hanging out, and when Raven Shadow started to robot, he said, "Exterminate." It does sound like that. Let's see. Oh, and our boy Casual Noob says, "Have you guys reviewed Nocebo on Shudder yet?" We have not. I do remember seeing that pop up. Not like kind of recently. For whatever reason we had some other things that we were doing instead, but I'm guessing that you recommend it, Casual Noob, or if you are, let us know. But looks like it's a movie on Shudder starring Eva Green and Mark Strong. Oh, look at that. Sinestro himself, Raven Shadow.
That dude is fucking killer, man.
Can you... I can only really see him as a bad guy, though. Like, wasn't he the bad guy in Kick-Ass as well?
He was actually in a great movie with Professor X, young Professor X. The kid that was in Wanted. What's his fucking name? For X-Men First Class. Somebody. Coney's delayed. He's not. He's at an event tonight.
Kingsman?
No. But the kid who played young Professor X in First Class.
Oh, McAvoy.
The Filth, maybe. The Filth. It was a movie him and Mark Strong were in, and it was really fucking good.
What year are we talking? 2000s or earlier?
Yeah, 2000s. I watched it just on my own in a different continuity. And actually, I think on my first Chain Gang appearance, we may have watched it. But McAvoy was like a bad, kind of dirty cop, and Mark Strong was like the heavy in England. I believe it was called The Filth. Check that out. That was dope.
Check that out. The one I don't remember. That was dope.
Yeah. Mark Strong is in a big package.
What?
Did you see Green Lantern?
I did. I don't see the Filth on his
I could be wrong.
filmography.
Look at Charlie McAvoy.
No, you. You're like I do every day.
Look at McAvoy every day.
Every damn day? On the internet?
On the IMDb?
Oh, okay.
don't-
Yeah, it is The Filth in 2013.
Thank you.
But maybe I was looking for The Filth.
Oh, no. Maybe just filth. Filth, Florence, filth.
I don't see Mark Strong listed.
Well, he played Kennedy once.
I see Pollyanna McIntosh. I see Jamie Bell. I see Eddie Marzen. Yeah, I think you're fucking remembering incorrectly here, buddy.
It's like the Mandalorian effect.
The Mandalorian effect. I want to see the baby. It keeps getting worse.
Yeah, it's not good.
Quit while you're behind.
But no, because Mark Strong, he was in the Shazam.
He was. So Dr. Sylvana, right?
Yeah, pretty big for a fucking skinny, tiny white scientist.
Yeah. All right, well, enough about Mark Strong. That's how we get on it, because Casual Noob asked about Nocebo. Yeah, we have not seen it. He says, I haven't watched it yet, but it's in my watch soon list. All right, well, you'll have to let us know. All right, so back to Huesera. I think we're kind of winding down. We're winding down Huesera. And anything else you guys wanted to bring up that we hadn't talked about? Raven Chow, you like the Mexican punk rock soundtrack?
I did. I
had
did.
a feeling you'd mark out for that.
I was popping for that.
Actually, pretty good. Actually.
Yeah.
Right.
I was going to say something about it too. Yeah, it was actually pretty good.
It's no Vermin 4, but yeah, it was pretty good.
Did you say Vermin?
Yeah, Vermin 4.
No, it's Vermin. All right, buddy.
What'd I say? Vermin?
You said Vermin. Come on, man.
Oh, man.
00 Quattro.
00 Quattro is my jam.
What was the other song?
There's only one song.
No, I thought there was another one. We look at MZ. He's got a cat crawling on him.
There's a cat in my head.
MZ's like a fucking jungle gym.
Who's that? Fucking peanut butter cup?
Yeah, this is April.
Yeah,
She
man.
looks like
With the Ninja Turtles.
she looks more like a Reese's peanut butter cup.
Yeah, missed opportunity there. Jeez, MZ.
Yeah, right. Is she the one? She's the one that you found.
She's Wait, you thought that he found her in August, therefore named her April.
Yeah, that makes total sense.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, you guys know we're setting the fucking clocks forward this weekend? Can't wait for that.
Are we really?
Yeah, lose an hour, Raven Channel.
It's stupid. My mom's gonna probably call me 5 times.
At 2 a.m.?
Yeah. And I'm like, really, it's only the microwave and the oven that I gotta change.
Yeah.
Everything
Oh
else.
man, when phones change the time themselves, you must have fucking rejoiced.
Yeah, 100%. And seriously, in my car, I literally wait till somebody gets fed up and then changes it. And then I do weird math. Like, yeah, if it's an hour behind, I can do the mental math in my head. But digress. There's one scene in this movie that I didn't like, and I think all of us probably didn't like this part of the picture. They didn't show it in detail, but I didn't like the. You guys know what I'm talking about?
You wanted to see a C-section, right?
No, about
The lesbian scene.
No, I didn't like the scene. I did not like.
I don't know. Give us something else. I mean, there's like 97 minutes here.
When she was babysitting the kids, and there was a problem, and the kids were being dicks, and then she thought there was an intruder.
Oh, yeah, the dog.
Okay, fair, yeah.
Oh.
No.
Hey, get John.
Yeah, not a complete trigger warning, but like you don't see anything. But like, I'm like, motherfucker, you fucking knew.
Yeah, it's still kind of it's kind of shitty, but So
I didn't like this.
trigger warning for people who don't like off-screen animal violence. You don't even see it or hear anything. It's just the aftermath of
And
something happened. That's it.
Just to let you know, people, it's all real.
Cannibal Holocaust called. Wants its animal violence back.
Are you kidding me? Give me a break.
Just didn't like it. Calm me down.
Hey, let's cue Busta.
All right, producer MZ.
Do some Zero.
Producer Zero, yeah. All right. Well, I think we can. I think we've pretty much. Oh, I was going to tell you guys. Yes, daylight savings is Saturday night / Sunday morning at 2 a.m. Lose a motherfucking hour, but it will stay lighter later. So daylight savings. There you go. for all you who forgot. All right. Let's do that. Let's do. Oh wait, hold on one sec. I loaded up this sound. So I got to change my soundboard. One sec.
That's cute.
The Three Sploogers are coming to your town.
Oh, I'll get this one more time before I move on. All right, there we go. Okay, so let me load up the correct one, and now let's head to the verdict.
Trick or treat, baby.
I wonder if people would say you're a trick or a treat.
Trick or treat, motherfucker.
All right, it is verdict time. We're going to let you know whether Huesera, the Bone Woman, is a trick or a treat. And if we have any final thoughts, we'll give them. So let's start with MZ.
Well, I think everything that I need to say has already been said. I think this is a very well done movie. The acting is quite good, particularly from our lead, Valeria. I think this is also her first feature film as well.
Oh, interesting. I didn't even notice. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it is. I think she's done a few shorts, but this is her first feature. I think she's very good. I think everybody here is really good.
Yeah,
very believable.
You're right. She did a few TV series, but this is her first feature film. Yep.
And I mean, I don't know what else this director has in store, but if it's anything like this, I'm looking forward to it. It's got the right amount of suspense and drama. The story paces itself really nicely, and it has a very good ending, and it matches well with the myth of Huesera. So the sound design is also quite good. The sounds of bones breaking will go right through you. I guarantee it. You never hear anything like this before. It's just a very well done film. A couple places where it could have improved upon itself, but this is a film that shows the trauma of a woman who's trying to get pregnant, succeeds, has a family that pretty much knocks it down every step of the way, and dealing with what's going on in her mind during pregnancy and after pregnancy as well, about postpartum depression and just doing and just thinking of just having her mind going, all over the place. Stop that! It's this cat. She's chewing on the wires. Knock that off.
If people aren't watching the video, they think you're just talking to yourself. Stop that.
Well, cat. And she's
hey, April.
Get out of here. So, Very well done movie. I was very impressed with it. At first, I wasn't too sure what to think about it. Then I got to thinking about it a little bit more. I'm like, okay, yeah, now I'm starting to dig. So yes, this is a treat. I did enjoy this quite a bit.
All right. Michael Ravenshadow, what did you think?
I would agree with a lot what MZ said. Great. The cast was great. The shots were great. I think the heavy lifting really comes to and forgive me, I don't know her name, the actress that played the lead. She put herself out there in lots of ways, and I think the movie rests on her shoulders, and I think she carried it tremendously. It's not a fun movie. I don't know who I can recommend this to. I don't know what the rewatchability is, but I think it's a very engaging, strong film. And I am remarkably interested in what the director and lead actress in particular does next. I say it's not Police Academy 2, but
Mauser.
Yowza. But
what's that line when he holds his hands up?
What am I do about this?
What am I do about this?
I laughed so many times, like just taking the trash out. Hearing MC doing that last week. What about this?
What the hell are you talking about? What are we going to do?
What the hell are you talking about? Oh, shit.
Personal hygiene.
Oh yeah, we were talking about MZ doing that as a fucking costume.
I'm drawing pictures of
that might actually rival your fucking Chow Daddy costume.
Oh my lord. We need to be Police Academy. One more time. We're gonna get the band back together. Halloween. We're going as Police Academy.
Wait, who?
I'll be Mauser, but you gotta be Lassard, okay? And Pete Lassard. He's got the graffiti all over him. His hair is all.
Raven Shadow would definitely want to be Mahoney.
I would totally want to be Mahoney. That's true.
Who would I be? Don't say Sweet Chuck.
No.
I'll be Bobcat. I don't know if I can do his voice though.
He could be Hooks.
Excuse me. MZ could be he could do the voice of Michael Winslow, but do Captain Mauser. I didn't say you, I said him.
God damn it, stop that!
The hell are you talking about? What are we going to do about this?
Please can't be too. Holy shit. I was gonna we should just do another fucking commentary of that sometime just because.
Yeah, let's watch it again.
Yeah. That commentary is fun. I haven't listened to that since we did it. I didn't listen to it afterwards. I wonder how it came out.
Send that to me.
Shit. That's good. That's good. That's good shit, pal.
Oh goddamn, pal. I like Tackleberry, pal.
All right, so I'll do.
Sorry, I treat.
Yeah. Okay, I couldn't remember if you did it. Okay. Angry Townsman says, "Aw, April looks like my old cat Monkey."
Aw,
that's cute. Okay, so for me, this is definitely a treat. I mean, it's pretty evident by hearing us talk about it. There is a lot to enjoy here. I will have the caveat that this movie's definitely not going to be for everybody. I could see some people expecting something more horror and then not really just being engaged with what they're seeing. So I could see this going the other way for some people. So, a little caveat that, it's not going to be for everybody. But I do think that a lot of people will really enjoy this. And I think especially for the 2 women listeners out there. No, I think we have more women listeners than that. But I think for women who feel the pressure, the familial and societal pressures of getting married, having a child, all that. If you have felt that, if you understand that, I have a feeling this is really going to resonate with you. And you're going to be like, yes, I get it. And I feel like people in that situation will probably really enjoy this. And I also feel, we all sort of got, I think, what they were trying to do, which is great. But even guys who maybe it's not like we get like a strong indication of what it's like to feel that pressure. It's sort of done through horror imagery and the legend of La Huesera. So it's not like it's blatant and right out there, but I think if you engage a little bit and just kind of pay attention, I feel like you'll get that and you'll understand sort of the pressure that comes along with being a woman in the world and expecting to fucking bear a child and, become a baby machine and just do that thing when, you know what? A lot of women don't want to, especially nowadays. I feel like back in the day, when our parents were younger, I know it's hard to believe sometimes, but when our parents were younger, they felt that pressure, but they didn't really. I don't know how much of the other side was out there of, it's completely viable option for you to work, to do your own fucking thing and not have to rely on a man to do that or whatever, so I feel like times are different now, which is good in this situation, so maybe, and once again, it's a cultural thing. I don't know what the pressure might be like in a Mexican family. At least in this Mexican family, there was a lot of pressure, to do what they expected you to do. And then even though they expect you to do that, they ridiculed you and said that you would not be good at that thing. So what kind of mixed messaging is that,
Which is fucked up too. Like, she left her girlfriend to go to this life because she knew that it would be frowned upon and did what she was supposed to do. And spoiler alert, got frowned upon.
Right. Still got frowned upon. Yeah. So it didn't really matter at the end of the day. Yeah. So but I think that this will appeal to a lot of people. But, if people are looking for straight up horror fucking mayhem, you know what? You're not going to get it. You're going to get some fucking spooky imagery. You're going to get some crazy sound design that's going to be horrifying. And there's a really good story here. And you know what? It may sink in and be like, you know what? Don't fucking put pressure on people who don't need it or don't want to, and maybe ask their opinion of what they genuinely want. Don't put everyone in a mold. I know I'm reading a little bit more into it than the movie is, but just in general, I think that that's good advice is, don't try to put a square peg in a round hole all the time. If somebody doesn't want to do something, they shouldn't do it, and you shouldn't push them to do it either. So, all right. Well, that is going to wrap up. Did I say treat? Yeah, I think I did say treat. But that's going to wrap up our discussion of Huesera, the Bone Woman. Next week, we got a Patreon takeover, and we're going to be joined by Carlitos. And Carlitos has picked what could be a doozy of a show here. I haven't seen either of these movies, and I don't believe you guys have, based on, just knowing you guys the way I do. But the 2 movies We're going to be starting off with a I think it's a direct-to-video Takashi Miike film from 1997 called Full Metal Yakuza.
Oh, shit. I've heard of this.
Heard of it.
Okay, so neither of you have seen it?
No.
Okay, great. So yeah, Full Metal Yakuza. I've heard about it. It's one of Takashi Miike's like 30 million films. The dude, I remember we looked at it once, and he legit put out like 10 or 11 films in 1 year, like feature-length films. It was fucking crazy. But he's very prolific. But I'm looking forward to this. And let me read it's a comedy, crime, sci-fi. All right. And the synopsis: an inexperienced gangster is killed alongside his strong, respected boss and awakens to find a mad scientist has given him a new body made partly of his boss and partly of indestructible bionics.
Treat.
I knew that was coming. And the other film we will be discussing is Project Wolf Hunting. Let me pull this one up here. And this one actually just came out fairly recently, and I had looked at it to do on the show, but we had a few other releases that were coming out that kind of, moved their way to the top. So we obviously hadn't got around to this. So I'm glad that Carlitos picked this. But Project Wolf Hunting is, I believe it's South Korean. And just double check. Yeah, okay, South Korean, and it is an action crime horror film written and directed by Hong Sun Kim. Just want to see if I've seen name is familiar. Okay, I have not seen any of his other films though. And the synopsis for this one, Project Wolf Hunting follows dangerous criminals on a cargo ship who are transported from the Philippines to South Korea as they unleash a sinister force after an escape attempt leads to a riot.
Treat.
So next week's going to be a fucking doozy for Raven Shadow.
That's great. That's outstanding. Wow, I'm very surprised.
What?
Well, no, like I think
films.
Well, yeah, no, I know. I think we all were talking to Carlitos a little bit over the last couple of days, and these are nice surprises. So I can't wait for that. I can't wait to watch and discuss these flicks with that boy.
So Carlitos will be joining us next week for Patreon Takeover. We will be doing Full Metal Yakuza from Takashi Miike and Project Wolf Hunting. And looks like Project Wolf Hunting is available on VOD. You can rent or buy. I'm showing that it's on Prime Video. So it's at the very least there. It's probably on pretty much everywhere you get VOD. And let me just check Full Metal Yakuza. Just want to see if that might be available somewhere. Creepy Girl literally just asked what was next week's movie. I don't know if you heard us, Creepy Girl, but it's Full Metal Yakuza and Project Wolf Hunting. And I can't tell if Full Metal Yakuza is available for streaming. I'll do some additional research here. Full Metal Yakuza. All right, I think I'll continue to look this up and see where people can check it out. All right, well, that's next week. We're going to hang out with Carlitos and be discussing those two films. So, yeah, I can't wait. It's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm actually really excited to see both. It looks like Full Metal Yakuza is on Mubi. I believe they have a free trial. So it looks like that is available there. So if you guys want, you can check out Full Metal Yakuza on Mubi. MUBI.
God damn it.
And actually, I think it's on YouTube. So, hey, fuck the free trial. It's on YouTube. Yeah, you can find it on YouTube. I don't know if it's legit, if it'll be there when you look for it, but it's been up for a year, so I imagine it'll probably be there. So yeah, Full Metal Yakuza is on YouTube. It's on Dailymotion. So yeah, you can find it. And Project Wolf Hunting is a newer release, so you probably have to rent that if you want to check it out. All right. Well, let me. I don't think we got any voice messages.
Yeah, what are gonna do?
So yeah, no voice messages. And check all the chats. Okay, yeah. So Casual Noob asks where Full Metal Yakuza is available. We just said there, so you can find it on YouTube or Mubi or Dailymotion. It looks like. And let's see. I always forget one of the chats, so I'm trying not to forget any. I think I got them all. Okay, I think I got all the chats. So,
it's available on Rudy Tooty, Fresh and Fruity.
Yeah. Rudy Tooty, Fresh and Mubi.
Yeah, it's on Noogie. It's on Poopy. All the.
I want to watch the movie on Poopy. The transition of my, I could see that MZ's really hating my Werner Herzog.
Yeah, it's really bad, dude.
He was just grimacing.
Just stop it.
Keep going.
What are we going to do about this?
Fucking masterpiece.
Talking about what are we going to do about this?
You sound like Arnold. You're not any fucking better, you asshole.
Arnold. Horseshack?
You sound like Horseshack?
Yeah. Not Schwarzenegger.
Oh, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
Oh.
So you said Arnold and you went to Horseshack. That's your first go-to?
Yeah.
Or Hey Arnold with the football head.
Oh, wait. Here's I think I found the scene. I just got to play that fucking line. Let's see.
Keep shaking this stuff so I can fix my helmet. Sure. What'd you do, crack it?
That's not it. Dude.
What?
That's not it.
No, I'm getting to it. I'm fast forwarding or scrubbing through.
Dude, a link.
What's that?
I sent you a link.
Oh, I didn't know you sent me a link. I don't have Messenger open.
Open Messenger. Find the link.
But I can't. I have to be logged in on the Trick or Treat Radio one to fucking stream it on Facebook. So
Some Trick or Treat Radio one.
Producer Zero.
Yeah, listen to him. Fucking guy. All right, let me go. Oh, okay. You know what? Actually, I have it on the other computer. I have Facebook over here. One sec.
Wait for it. So good.
Okay. Let's see. Hopefully the volume is up on this computer. Let's see. Just play from the beginning, MZ?
Yeah, sure.
The mirror gag.
Oh, this is going to be just fine.
Yeah.
Wait,
Can you guys hear it?
Let me get by the thumb. Huh?
No.
Oh, okay. It's on the other computer.
Oh,
That's why.
that looks very natural.
Looks okay?
It's
Bullet.
I gotta move to the other computer. I forgot that you guys can't hear from that computer.
Folks who aren't listening, Police Academy 2 is a fucking...
It's a masterpiece.
It's a fucking masterpiece. You know? Is it... it's so fucking good.
Talk about some more, Raven Chow. Talk about some more.
it really advances the fucking the universe. It really the world building that they do in that. You have new characters, the supervillain of Zed, and we see his arc from being the leader of this underground band to his role in the police academy and his friendship with Sweet Chuck. That is beautiful. Everybody advances. Carrie Mahoney is on a fucking
Well, he was the leader of the Stallion.
Jughead. Scallions. Oh my God, Howard Hessman, the great Howard Hessman. Oh my God, Sweet Chuck. It's the Empire Strikes Back of the Police Academy franchise.
Without the downer ending.
Without the downer ending, thank you. Exactly. Like the uniforms are better. I want some McFarlane figure level detailed action figure. I want Carrie Mahoney on the ATV with his torn short pants and uniform. I want him undercover. Very much. They could have like maybe a grocery store play set where all Zed and his gang can show up and run amok. If you could press play whenever you're ready, Wolfie. But actually, I take this moment. Your boy was on Dr. Chris's program, The Dead TV, this past Sunday. We recorded 2 episodes and discussed the Alien Nation TV series.
Oh, the TV series. Who was in that?
Nobody that we know of. But no, it was actually really ahead of its fucking time. The 2 episodes we did were I think 13 and 14 and 12 and 13. One was the Red Room, which was a flashback to George Francisco when the newcomers came to Earth. They were like certain ones were culled out to essentially be assassins. And the Red Room obviously was something that was added to the Black Widow lore. If you watch the Avengers films and maybe the Marvel comics. But the second episode was The Spirit of 95, which dealt with the newcomers trying to get their right to vote. So it was a really political episode that dropped in January of 1990. Where it had a group of essentially, Earthers who didn't want the aliens to vote. But it dealt with an explosion it was all fucked up.
So what year did that come out?
The show was in 89, but the season carried over to 1990.
So it was 26 years ahead of its time.
It really was. It really was.
2016. We can pinpoint. All right, I have the fucking link ready. So thanks for filibustering. All right, here we go. Police Academy 2.
Oh, this is going to be just fine.
Yeah?
Wait, one snip here. Let me get by the thumb. Huh?
Yeah?
Oh, that looks very natural.
It's okay?
It's very, very good. I don't think you're going to be able to tell the difference.
Bet you anything was Mahoney responsible for this.
Right after I'm through, just let me shape this a little bit, and I think you're going to really be happy with what we've got here. Sure.
Let me see it.
Okay. Huh? Look at it in the back here. Look at it over here.
Could I have the mirror, please?
Sure. Lieutenant? Sir? No. We'll get a wig. Have you seen the state of the art in wigs today, sir?
What the hell are you talking about? What are we going to do about this?
This is going very, very well.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
What are you talking about? The hell am I going to do about this?
We gotta put that in Discord. Put that in Discord.
Oh, shit. hell I got to know about this? Oh, man, it's so good.
Oh. What do you say we close up shop?
Yeah.
That's fair.
There's nothing else we can do after that. Oh, man.
Not the new zoo, but the old zoo.
Yeah. Well, there's actually one more thing we can do.
I would like to see the baby.
Oh, shit.
Oh.
All right. So, yeah, I think it's time to wind down.
Yep.
So, let's close. Well, actually, let me just take a look at the chat room real quick. And one more time, make sure I didn't miss anything else. Oh, Corny says, hey, what did I miss?
Oh, Corny, yeah.
Well, let's replay the whole show for you,
Okay,
bud.
sure. He says, get those computer machines together, Boonta Steve. I mean, Wolfie. Boonta Steve. That's another Force Insensitive joke. Oh, man. Yeah, that one had us fucking going last night. All right. But that is it. We'll close out the chat rooms. We are done with the episode. So let's say goodbye, starting with Monster Zero.
Arrivederci, douchebags.
Raven Shadow.
The fast, love, hard, survive with the mask on.
All right. That is going to do it, everybody. We appreciate everybody tuning in. Even you, Corny, even though you had an event tonight. You know, hey, that's fine. We forgive him, right, Raven Channel? Do you forgive him?
Yeah, it's fine.
Just kidding. But yeah, we appreciate everyone tuning in, everyone hanging out. And remember, next week we have a Patreon takeover. We will be joined by Corlitos. And we'll be talking about Takashi Miike's Full Metal Yakuza and the South Korean film Project Wolf Hunting. Give those a look. Come back next week. Hang out with us. Give us your voicemails. Podcast at trickortreatradio.com. And I think that's it. I don't think there's anything else to say. In the words of Captain Mauser, what the hell am I going to wear this? All right, that's it. We'll see you guys next week.